Hi everyone, it's Ellie and welcome back to my channel. Hi, thanks for tuning in to my video. This is kind of a redo of an older video that I did because a lot of things have changed. So I did a video before about the journal projects and things that I was going to do in 2025. But several of them have changed, shifted, and now we're in December, and I've got my final list of all of the things that I plan on doing for 2025. Of course, things could probably be added, but I definitely want to at least stick with what I have here, which is a lot, as you can see. I'm pretty ambitious with this list of journals that I plan on using and trying to complete. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'll get started with all of the things that I plan on doing. So in my original video, I did not have a planner, but I have found towards the end of this year, I've definitely needed one. Me and my husband hosted Thanksgiving, and that was fantastically busy. And there were so many things that I actually was not keeping proper track of, like our bills and the maintenance that we had to do on our furnace and everything. So this way, I definitely want to keep more track of the things going on in the house, the bills that need to be paid, stuff that's coming out when. So I got a planner for myself to actually keep track of that this year. This is just a regular standard planner that I got at Target. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with the January month. I'll put in all of my important dates, all things that I need to keep track of, and yeah, kind of leave it at that. This has weekly pages that you can write in, but I'll probably just write like big tasks that I have to do and my regular to-do list of like, I've got to take my son to XYZ thing today, or he's got a doctor's appointment today, or I have a therapy appointment today, or whatever, just to-do lists, or it's laundry day, stuff like that. There's always a million tasks to do around the house. So doing this will probably just keep me a little bit on task. And I do, and this is, just a simple way to do it. I'm not going to do anything overly decorative or crazy with this one. This is literally just to keep track of my household tasks. So yeah, planner added to my journal projects, I guess. I don't even know if I want to call it a journal project. It's a planner. Another type of personal journal that I plan on using next year are my daily journals, which are just kind of blurbs for the day of just stuff that went on. If you've seen my previous videos, you've probably seen this before. I used the Archer and Olive Kit Club and just broke down the pages into 4 quadrants. However, using a traveler's notebook means that I only get I get most of the months, but I get the first 8 or 9 months, I believe. There's 4 months left over is what I know. So then those 4 months will have to go in this journal, and then I will continue using it through the rest of 2026. So this is the one I plan to use for the beginning of the year, and this will be what I move into for the second part of the year. And then this will continue with me into 2026, and then I'll have to do another traveler's notebook to go with it for the back end of 2026. At least I think that's how this is going to math out. Yeah, this is how it's going to math out. I'll be able to stop in 3 years. So 3 years, I'll have 3 completed journals by that point. I'm pretty sure that's how it maths out. Anyway. So yeah, daily journals with just small daily blurbs of what's going on that day. There we go. This is my gardening journal. This is another Archer and Olive journal. And this one is going to be real simple. I'm working on some things for our backyard. And I just kind of lightly decorated it so far. This is going to be a list of things that we have to do for the patio, because our patio it's bricks and it's covered in like moss and everything. So I have to get rid of the moss and fill in the cracks in the bricks and get all that together. So this is where I'm going to map out what I need to do for that. And we also have flower beds going around the side of our house on the front and the back of the house. So this is what I need to, I'm going to put things down for the flower beds of what types of flowers are in the flower beds and how to care for those flowers, or if I'm going to remove those flowers, what I'm going to replace them with. Because I think right now we have rose bushes, which are very difficult to upkeep, and I already have no idea where to even begin with them. So we'll see if I keep the rose bushes or not. Also, in getting rid of all the weeds and things like that. But those are my 2 starting projects because I don't want to overwhelm myself by trying to deal with the entire backyard at once. So we're starting with the patio, making sure that's nice and clear and good to go. And then I will work on the flower beds next before I start working on the general backyard. But yeah, that's my current plan. Really simple, but just going with the flow for the backyard / gardening journal. All right, next one, I'll just do it right now. This is gonna be my therapy journal. It's my therapy journal, and I'm just continuing to use it from, this past year. I'm just gonna keep on with it. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. I use it to take notes. I have a anxiety group therapy that I go to, and I also have individual therapy, so I use it for both. Speaking of therapy stuff, I also have this journal for self-realization, which is a journal that my friend got me. It's like a book, so it's not an art journal of this time. It's actually a book, and I'm reading it, that one. They ask you questions and they give you some interesting quotes. This one says, think of something you dread doing on a daily basis. Can you take more pride in the simple act? What can you take more pride in the simple act of doing? Stuff like that. Describe an achievement or failure you have been defining yourself by. Is it possible that who you are exists outside of your successes and failures? Yeah, so things like that, just when I'm having an off day or if I'm feeling a little strange or if I need a little pick-me-up, I've been just picking a page in here and just doing it. It's been really helpful, and I actually am quite enjoying it. It's a good time. I've been very much enjoying this one. All right, these 2 journals are going to be my reading journals for next year. This one you've probably already seen. It's already got started. So I've already done, and it's got like October, November, December in it. And I set up the January page for it. I just have to write in January, of course. I used like remnants of the kit club that I had of the January one of 2024 to do this one. And I also added some of the cozy club just to fill it out a little bit more. I don't know if it entirely matches, but that's fine. I don't really mind. And then this one, because I can already see this one is, I feel like I'm almost halfway already, and I just now hit January. So I definitely know I need to use a second one. So this will be the second one for the year, and hopefully I can fill this completely out. So then in 2026, I can restart with a brand new journal, and that'll be that. But yeah, these are going to be my reading journals for 2025. 2 of them, because I'm clearly racing through these ones. This is my movie journal for 2024 and 2025, so I'm going to use it for both years. I'm behind in this one, but I did set up a January starter page just to get things going. This will just probably say 2025 on it. And I do have to backlog a couple of movies that I have not actually finished filling out. But yeah, I plan to just use this for the rest of 2025, and then after that, I'll probably rethink how I do a movie journal. If I get super sick of it throughout next year, then I'll probably abandon it or, use it for something else or leave it be or just use it for notes or something like that. But currently, I do plan to continue using this as a movie journal for next year. This is going to be my TV journal for 2025. My TV journals are very simple. There's going to be a flip through of my 2024 TV journal coming out towards the end of this month, probably on the 30th or the 31st, one of those days. And yeah, just it's the simplest setup you could possibly have. This is my January month blocker, and then the rest will just be the shows that I watch. So it's already set up, it's already ready to go. Nothing else needed for this one. I don't track stats or anything like that in all of my media journals. I don't really track stats. I don't really think tracking stats does anything for me personally. I don't really care. If it's good, I'll watch it, basically. So yeah, pretty excited about that. I love my TV journal. I think it's really, really fun and cool to see all the stuff that I looked back on throughout the year. Speaking, though, of crazy media journals, I have 3 ridiculous media journals that I'm going to be working on next year. Ridiculous projects that absolutely do not have to be done, but I'm doing them anyway because I want to. Alright, so, like I said, completely unnecessary, ridiculous journals that don't need to be made, but I'm going to do them anyway. I have my Bluey journal, which is just going to be me rating and reviewing every Bluey episode from seasons 1 through 3, and I'm rating them by how much they made me cry instead of regular ratings, because that's just how I am. This journal is going to be every single feature animated film from Disney. So I'm just going to review all of them because, I don't know, I just kind of wanted an excuse to do a Disney movie marathon for myself. So that's where this is coming in. And definitely what I plan to do is just rewatch almost all of them, especially the ones that I've never seen. I definitely want to, because there's a couple that I actually have never watched all the way through. So it should be fun. And I've just seen a lot of people talk about like Disney's downfall and blah, 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 because Wish wasn't that great. And I think people over-exaggerate how bad Wish actually is. But I just want to go and look for myself to see if that's even true, because I'm pretty sure we've had lower in Disney's history than Wish. So that's just that. And this one is going to be a complete look at Miraculous Ladybug, or at least all I can fit in this journal. Let's see. Well, my Bluey pages are set up completely and ready to go as soon as I watch the episode. These ones are not set up at all, but I do have them all marked for whatever movie. I guess this one's Tarzan. Chicken Little. They go in order of release. And then this one, only the beginning pages are set up. So I've got the name of the episode and the end card picture that they have in the bottom corner. And I'm not quite sure exactly, I mean, this is probably just going to be scrambly, ridiculous notes on these episodes, because not the first season or even the second season's pretty decent. But once we get into the 3rd, 4th, and certainly the 5th season, stuff starts getting wild and ridiculous and unnecessary in Miraculous Ladybug. And so the notes will probably start devolving into absolute nonsense, where I just start marking off every time Marinette annoys the crap out of me, because she's a lot. But anyway, you don't need to hear about that. If you want to hear about that, there'll be a video on it when I'm done with it, or when I get maybe to like the end of the 1st season. I'll show off what I've got so far for that. So if you want to see that, a video will pop up at some point on my channel, and of course you can skip it if you don't want to see it. Alright, if you've been on my channel, you've seen these before. These are my D&D journals. This is for my friend's campaign, which is a really long-running campaign. We're on session like 27 or something like that. And this one is for my husband's campaign, which we are moving steadily through, honestly. Our character levels have actually surpassed that of our main campaign at this point, and we are on session 7 or 8, something around there. But we've kind of doubled up on sessions because I do like part 2s and part 3s of sessions, because we tend to stay in the same place for extended periods of time. So honestly, we're really on like session 10 or 11 or something like that. But it's been super fun. This is my like dirty, scrappy notes, where I keep all like the quick, dirty nonsense stuff that goes on. And then this is where I put the nicely written, beautiful handcrafted notes, or whatever you want to call it, where I write everything out in a much nicer and neater fashion. Almost like a storytelling-esque. I'm trying to put it down in more of a story-esque form that could be read in a more coherent fashion than whatever these are, because none of this makes any sense to anyone who wasn't in the campaign. But this is about to end. There's only a couple pages left, honestly. in this notebook. So I have to get another composition book to finish off. And so instead of a composition book, I'm going to use this lovely notebook that I had no idea what to use it for, but I think I'm going to use it for my little scrappy campaign notes. I think that would be a really nice way to actually use these Moleskine journals that I don't want to stick anything in, because their pages are so thin. It's very difficult to like glue stuff in and, you know, put a lot of paraphernalia in it, which is what I like to do in all my other journals. So I think this will be a good way to use this journal, one of my Moleskines, as a way to continue on with my scrappy notes for D&D. So yeah, these are my D&D journals going into next year. This is a definite change. This is going to be my new gaming journal. This is the Archer and Olive Fox in the Woods, and it's the oops version because there's that little mark up at the top that they messed up on. So this was a really cheap notebook that I got from Archer and Olive, and I'm using this as my gaming journal specifically because I think I need a smaller space for gaming, which is not something I thought I would say about gaming, but I think I need a smaller space for my gaming stuff because I don't play as many games anymore, and I just need something that's a little bit more pocket-sized. I thought of this when another person I watch, Mark Your Pages, suggested using the tiny little pocket notebooks from one of the sub boxes as gaming journals. And I thought that was a fantastic idea. And my A5 that I was using for gaming, it just is too big. Like, it's too much space, and I was struggling to even begin using it because it was just a lot of space to fill up. But I think this will be very helpful for me, especially writing small, like, quick reviews of games that I've watched, like on YouTube and playthroughs and things. And especially like the shorter games that I play, little shorter story-based games that I like to play, it'll be easier to like put down notes for in a smaller book like this. So yeah, this is a bigger change that I've made from my previous video. Alright, this one is just an ongoing notebook that I am using, which is to put all the stickers that I get once I use up a sticker sheet. It's especially because a lot of the ones I get are from Sticky Club. Once I use up the sheet, I put the little information of the person who made that sticker sheet in here. So if I ever like want to, you know, go find some more of their personal stickers or artwork, I can just pop over to their Instagram or their eShop or whatever and go ahead and get those and get other stickers by them. I also keep the little corner stickers from the sets in here to say which ones that I've gotten and which ones I haven't gotten. Well, it's mostly to keep track of the ones that I have gotten. And yeah, just to keep track of them all. And then ones, of course, that I really like, maybe I can pop in and see if there's any that are still available or not. But yeah, this is just keeping track of the stickers that I get. Okay, last journal that I plan to use is this big blank blue one. This is another Archer and Olive, but it's completely blank. There's no like design or thing on the front. I'll probably use one of those vegan leather stickers to make a little design on the front. But this one I plan on just using as, I'm gonna call it like a catch-all, I guess, or kind of like junk journal. So my goal for this one is, there's not really a goal for this one. I plan to use it as a junk journal. I'm constantly keeping scraps of junk and like paper because I'm like, if I get back into diary writing, I want to be able to keep it. And some stuff goes in my daily journals if it's small enough, but if it's not small enough, then I just kind of hold on to it. So I think I'm just gonna make this into a big junk journal. Just a way to put together a bunch of things that make up my daily life. So yeah, just gonna be a massive junk journal with just tons of stuff in it. I'll definitely show you bits when I start working on it. I haven't started really working on it at all yet, but I'll show you some when I start working on it. I'll just skip the pages that have pictures of my son in them, but most of them probably won't. I don't plan on using him on like every page or anything. So yeah, this is just kind of going to be a place for me to experiment, maybe figure out some things that I want to maybe try in other journals, and I'll test them out in this one to see if it works. I guess you could kind of call it a junk journal slash, I know Jessie Corinne calls it a research and development journal. So I guess maybe one of those, but just for stuff that suits my needs. But yeah, that's the last one. And my goodness, that was a lot of journals actually. I'm using way too many this year. My D&D journals, stickers, gaming, different media journals of extra nonsense, TV journals, I guess more media journals, movie journals, reading journals, and then personal care stuff. So lots and lots of journals. Thanks for sticking with me for this video. I know it's kind of the same as a previous video I did, but I changed some things and I added some things and I actually removed a couple things. So I just wanted to show you my actual final list of what I plan on working on for next year. Again, I actually plan to finish a couple of them. Like the reading journal will be done probably in a couple months, and I'll start on the second one that's behind it. I definitely will finish the Bluey journal, like probably around April or May, and I don't know if I'll do another like themed kind of journal afterwards. Once I catch up in my D&D journals, those will just be continuous ones that I end up using on an easier basis. So I may then start adding on and branching on after that once I've caught up on those as well. So yeah, I just have a lot of plans and hopefully I don't lose motivation to actually do them all. But I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about myself and how I've been working through journals. Listen, don't use me as an example. I just really want to do all of these journals, but some people definitely cannot handle even like 2 or 3 journals for the whole year. So again, do whatever you want to do, whatever you makes you happy, and you know, just journal how you like. That's kind of like the whole point of what I wanted to do these types of videos for. Just journal however you like, however you want. It doesn't have to be how everyone else does it. Just do what you enjoy. And for me, that is journaling. Thanks for watching. If you like this video or any of my other videos, if you could please subscribe, I would be really grateful. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. So yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. You're jealous.